bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? What you gonna...
Hello, guys. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. I was going to say this morning. It's always morning time to me. Oh, my God. But thank you all for being here. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to finish up on. We got a lot. Okay. Let me get the house rules out of the way so we can move forward. Okay. Let me say welcome to the Pink House. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hitting that like button helps you too to keep me in the algorithm. Keep me in the algorithm because they figure if you all hit the like button, maybe more people out there may like my content. And I do want to say thank you all for everything you all did yesterday. Thank you. It was a smash out. Ooh, I enjoyed yesterday. We had a heavy topic, very heavy topic yesterday. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But hit that like button, guys. And when you hit that like button, go ahead and hype up my video and share my video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so because subscribing to my channel is free, just like hitting the like button is free. Both of those things are free. Doesn't cost a penny. All right. And let me just go ahead and thank you all for doing that. All right. Now, we're going to pick up where we left off at yesterday. Okay. I'll do this one here. I always make more than one thumbnail. But anyway, American citizen executed by ICE agent. Renee Nicole Good, she was only 37 years old. In Minneapolis, we're going to talk about the update. Information was flowing in all day yesterday. All day yesterday. So we're going to talk about it. All right. We're going to talk about the latest news, what we found out, everything. Let me just do this right quick, guys. Okay. There was a lot of interviews, public statements about the Renee Nicole Good's unaliving, execution, killing, whatever you want to call it, unaliving. There was also an interview with Renee Good's mother, Donna Ganger. And she said, Miss Donna said her daughter was one of the kindest people ever known. She said Renee was probably terrified during the encounter with the ICE agents. And I know I would have been terrified. So I believe that mother. She rejected DHS claims that Renee was a domestic terrorist, calling it stupid, ridiculous. I'm putting in the word ridiculous. She said it was stupid, and I agree 100% with her mother, Donna. Renee was just 37 years old. She was a mother of three. She didn't have no weapon on her. She wasn't using her car as a weapon. She was a U.S. citizen from Colorado. Let me just see who all we got in this live today, because I want to acknowledge everybody. Okay. Let me see who all we got here. Oh, my heart is heavy, guys. My heart is heavy. Thank you, Linda Gamble, for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much. And everything that I say is alleged, and it's in my opinion. And I'm covered under the Copyright Act of 1976, Fair Act Use of 1976. Everything is alleged. Okay, I already said that. Support the channel by the way of super stickers and super chats. You can join or gift channel membership for $2.99 a month. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in, guys. Hit that like button. Even if you're in the bushes, hit the like button. Even if you're just stopping by for a little while, hit the like button. Hi, N. Heifer. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And I love the flowers. Sesame Bunny, thank you. I always do this because you always give me hands. Okay. Linda Gamble, just speaking to everybody that's in the line. Okay, thank you, Linda. People in Texas, please be aware of your surroundings. That is true. Please be aware of your surroundings, no matter where you are. Okay. If there's anybody that lives in the surrounding area or in Minneapolis or Minnesota, wherever, put it in the chat. Drop me where you at. Where are you guys? I want to know. Okay? I truly want to know. Oh, I forgot my doggone glasses. What I'm going to do, once I get one of these videos started, I'm going to go get my glasses. Okay, guys? I got to have my glasses. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get on. Okay. Thank you, Linda. What is that? Maria X or something like that? Mika X? Thank you. Thank you. That's a Texas. She's in Texas. Yes. All right. Now, guys, don't forget, if you're in the bushes, go ahead and come on out and hit that like button for me. I would appreciate that. Now, let's go ahead and get on with the story, okay? A lot of people, we have gathered, let me just put it like this. A lot of new information have came out. Okay, a lot. Today, we're looking at a case that has shaken a lot of people, the shooting and killing of Renee Nicole Goods. Now, why is it some people, somebody got that she's 42 years old? I've been hearing that she's 37 years old. Now, somebody got to be wrong, unless they got the wrong Renee. Let me just see. Okay, let me just show you. Somebody, see, I'm looking at the BBC, and they got her as being 37 too. And I don't know why it's saying that she's 37 on one page, because the woman ain't 30. I mean, what did it say? Let me just read back. It's saying she's 42 years old. She ain't no 42. I don't know why they trying to tell me she's 42. Well, they ain't trying to tell me, but that's what they got. She's 42 years old. Mm-mm. So y'all see it right here that she is 37 years old. And that's all I've been hearing yesterday, that she is 37 years old. Let me tell them that type in that they need to correct that. It's not 40. What they got? 42 years old. Let me tell them, check your sources. I just sent them a thing saying, check your sources, because that is wrong. Now they telling me they verified the age from multiple uh, authorities. Source is 37 years old, not 42. Thank you. Let me see who they saying that they got that from. ABC News identified her as 37 years old, 37-year-old or 730 37-year-old mother. Fox also confirmed that she was 37 years old. People magazine stated she was 37 at the time of the shooting. Yes, I know that. NBC News likewise reported she was 37 years old. USA Today confirmed she was 37 years old. So yes, I'm just reading what they wrote back to me. Yes, Renee Nicole Goods was 37, and that's the age we'll use. Okay, I know you're going to use that now because I had to correct you. Don't be giving me wrong information. Mm-mm. Okay. Had to let them know. Don't be giving me no wrong information. Don't be coming up to me trying to tell me. Y'all know what I'm saying? Hi, Yvonne Wagner. Thank you for being here. Her age doesn't matter. Her claims do. Her crimes do. No, her age do matter. It matters to me and it matters to everybody because one point somebody had told me, and I got it on my thing, that she is 42 years old. So just like her name matters, her age matters. It matters whether she is a U.S. citizen or not. That matters. So her life matters. So don't tell me it don't matter. How would you like somebody to say uh, that, for example, if somebody in your family passed away at 37, and then you got a lot of misinformation going around saying she's 42 years old. 37 and 42 is a big difference in age, okay? You're in your 30s or you're in your 40s. Which is it? It matters. So if you get the smallest thing like your age wrong, you would get all the lies, the lies. Like she ran over a ICE agent and he's in the hospital recovering. That was a lie when you saw the man running to did not get ran over. Nobody got ran over. That was a lie. So if you accept the date of birth as a lie, her her age as a lie, you accept all the other lies that's coming out. So if you don't like me saying the truth, reporting the truth, or getting down to the truth when I just got a thing saying she's 42, maybe you don't need to be here in this lie. Maybe you're used to people lying and you're part of the lie too. You want to be part of lies. If you want to be part of a, a person that's going to give you all these lies and misinformation, maybe you're in the wrong lie. It does matter. No, I didn't intend to get upset with nobody. I didn't intend to do this with nobody. I don't do this in my life, especially when we got more important things to do than put out misinformation, put out lies. I'm not Christina, whatever her name is, with the cowboy hat, that's going to stand there and just spilled out lies. Even the orange man himself just spit out lies. I'm not one of those cult members in that administration that's going to spit out lies because I'm too afraid to tell the truth. You want to be on somebody's good side when that person does nothing but lie every day. And in order to get along so you can stay in his good graces, you got to lie too and look like a fool. So I'm not here for that. And if that's what you are here for, you're in the wrong live. You can just go find yourself another live that's going to give out the lies. Now, if that was a mistake that you said, I can understand that. If you said a mistake or you came off half cocked and half crooked, I can understand that. And we can let it go. But then you're going to respect me in my life like I'm going to respect you. And don't be putting out no goddamn lies in my life. When you know you're lying in my life, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you ain't fooling with no fool here. You ain't fooling with one of those content creators just gonna pass about. Fuck that. We ain't gonna pass shit back, and I'm not gonna pass shit back. So in my life, you're gonna respect me or get the hell out. Okay, now let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Okay. Woohoo, let me see. Okay, she was 37 years old and a mother who had just now when I see something that's to me when I'm reading, if it's to me don't make sense or I don't think it's right, I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm going to read over it or give my opinion. I don't think that's right. And she had just moved to the city. She was a prize winning poet and a hobby guitarist. Oh, I didn't know that. Who city leaders have said was there as a legal observer. Now, I did hear that. She was just an observer of the immigration and customs enforcement ICE activities because they had sent so many people down there, like we in some of these third world countries. I don't know why. I guess But that orange head administration had called her a domestic terrorist. That is a straight out lie. Good's death has sparked protesters, protests across the country, with many people holding signs that read "Justice for Renee." And last night they did have a lot of protests going on. There was a lot of protests last night, and I was watching some of the protests last night. And my condolences goes out to her family, to her children, to her mother, to the rest of her entire family. And rest in peace, Renee. Good. Rest in peace. And I pray that we get to the bottom of it. And I know we will. Because you're going to shoot, you're going to, an innocent woman. Did not one person get ran over? I saw all angles. I was watching and pulling up all angles of that video. And thank God for video. Because if they lie when you got a video, they will lie when there's no video. Just like January the 6th, they lied their ass off. And still lying today. They didn't start believing they lied. And everybody in this country and all over the world, other countries, no matter where you are, you saw what happened. And then they blame that your eyes was wrong. Blame you for telling the truth. Blame the people that was there for telling the truth. And they was in the midst of it. And people that was nowhere around saw what, oh Lord, don't get me started. Okay? Pinkie, they are protesting here in Texas, Dallas, Waco, and etc. Yes, protests is supposed to be going on today too. I had a list of the locations for protests. Let me see, can I get it up? Okay. Just give me a second. Mm-mm. And put a cross for US. Okay. I had it, but I accidentally deleted it. I hit the tab and it erased. Okay. Pinkie are protesting here. Okay. I had it up and you will be blocked on this slide. Keep it cute and classy or just leave the chat. Her crimes do. What the fuck? Okay, Linda, I just blocked her. Okay. I blocked her and I banned her from the chat. All right. 'Cause I ain't got time to keep my eye on no heifer. So I just banned her. Okay. And let me write her name down so I would have it. So if she try to pop back up in another form or way. Okay. All right. Thank you. Uh well, her mother, Donna, said that her daughter was probably terrified during the confrontation of the officers that saw her fatally shot, and that she was one of the kindest people I ever known. She was extremely compassionate. Her mother told that to the Daily News. She's taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. Her mother says. Her father, Tim, told the Washington Post that she had a good life, but a hard life. A fundraiser for a Goods family, which was set up with a target of $50,000, raised more than 500. Oh my God! This is the power of God here, guys. A fundraiser was set up for Goods family, which was set up with a target amount of $50,000. Let me get something to drink. $50,000 raised more than $500,000 in 15 hours. That's a $500,000 in 15 hours. That's the power of God, guys. Oh, Lord. Y'all hear that? That's the power of God. Mm, 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 mm. You can't tell me God don't work. Let me bring up some of these. Y'all can't tell me God ain't working. Y'all can't tell me that. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Let me go ahead and get into this. I got this. I'm going to bring it up to you all. Let me get it pulled up. Just give me 1 second. Mm-mm. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh God. Okay. I'm just trying to get it up. And I'm trying to do it. I really need my glasses on. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. This is what's the name of the news outlet? Let me see. Yeah, okay. Y'all know I can't see good right now. Maybe if I type it all in. 'Cause- Oh, I see why I didn't pull up right. Uh-uh. I see why I didn't pull up right. You know why? Because uh-uh. Now, so I can see the screen in front of me, good, but the one on the other side, that's the one I'm having uh, a little problem with. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna watch this, guys. Let me and I'm gonna put the caption on so you all can see it for the people that um can't hear it or see it. That's why I got it on. Let me take this down right quick. All right, and thank you all for being patient. Oh Lord, this is with Democracy Now. Uh, let me. I ain't gonna say how long it is. it's been because I did that once, and you two want to act a fool with me over something that all they had to do just see it themselves. So I'm going to let you see it yourself, right? Before I play it. And I'm going to bring it, move. Y'all can see how long it's been. How many hours is that? Right there. I'll let you say it yourself. Because when I said that, I don't know why they had a problem with it. They said I did misinformation on the time. That was a straight out lie. But that's what they want to say. Okay, here we go, guys. I found this very exciting today. Okay.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Nermeen Sheikh. Welcome to our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world. In Minneapolis, thousands gathered for a candlelight vigil Wednesday evening to mourn the death of 37-year-old RENEE Nicole Good, a mother of 3 who was fatally shot hours earlier by an ICE agent at near point-blank range. Video of the shooting shows masked ICE agents approaching her vehicle, screaming for her to get out of the effing car, using profanity, and attempting to force open her driver's side door. As Good attempts to drive past the officers, a masked agent pulls his firearm and fires 3 rounds.
Okay. Now, the ICE agent that the orange head man said that got ran over, barely survived, in the hospital, struggling for his life. Guess who he is? Right here. That's the one right there. Y'all see this pink marker thing? Right there. Do he look like he got ran over? Did y'all see him fall on the ground? Did you see tar marks on him? Did y'all see that? I want y'all to see that so you can stop the lies for yourself. Stop the lies for yourself. I know you've been lied to and you believe those lies and you just spreading those lies and that propaganda and all this here mess, the bullshit. It's time for you to see it yourself. Do you see that? Also, he's going to go like a little squirrel or rat. He's going to run down there to the car and look inside. And then he's going to stroll himself back just as good. Just don't look devastated or nothing. Just trying to cover up his face a little more because you know you got caught. You know you got caught. Yes, you did. You got caught. The little rat got caught. Okay? So he's going to stroll himself back like nothing happened. And then he's going to leave the scene. When do you supposed to unalive somebody on purpose, intentionally? Not one shot, but several in the face. And then you're going to leave the scene? Make it make sense. And officer, a masked agent pulls his firearm and fires 3 rounds. And then there's a doctor comes out of her house, tries to help. And you know they would not let the doctor help, a physician help. When have you ever seen shit like that? It don't make no sense. You know why? They wanted her to not make it. You know why? Because if she can't make it, she can't speak the truth. She can't tell them what happened. They didn't want her to make it. None of them. Rats.
At Good. The shooting comes after the Trump administration deployed over 2,000 ICE agents to Minnesota.
Trump administration officials claim the agent acted in self-defense, but local officials, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, rejected that claim. This is Mayor Frey speaking Wednesday.
We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. Woo! We do not want you here.
According to press accounts, RENEE Nicole Good was shot shortly after she dropped her 6-year-old son at school. She was killed less than a mile from the site of George Floyd's murder in 2020 by a Minneapolis police officer, a killing that sparked protests internationally under the banner Black Lives Matter. Democratic lawmakers have accused President Trump and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem of spreading misinformation about the shooting.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem accused Good.
Now, one thing, I really don't want to hear what Kristi Noem have to say. I heard the lies yesterday, and I heard enough of them last night. But because not everybody has seen this, not everybody knows what's going on, because you're too busy watching reality TV, that nasty Martell and that nasty, those nasty people that stole all that furniture, Mia and all them other criminals and stuff. Y'all may not know what's going on. So for the sake, I will go ahead and listen. While she's speaking, I can go get my glasses because I don't care what she says, because all she said was lies, lies, lies. And she knows she is lying. I can understand when you know think you're not lying, but when you know, matter of fact, you know that's a lie, and you know you're spreading propaganda lies, that's when I had it up to here. I had it up to here with the lies. And I don't know where she thinks she's getting ready to go. I think this woman thinks she is going hunting or something. What is she hunting? People that just because they don't look like her? I don't want to look like her. I love the way I look. And don't nobody else want to look like you. And if they do, they just forgot to take their medication properly. Ooh, I know, Linda. All the lies this woman tells. Woo! So while she's telling these lies, I'm going to go get my glasses. Okay? So let this play while I go get my glasses.
Of weaponizing her vehicle to commit a, quote, act of domestic terrorism, unquote. In a post on Truth Social, President Trump claimed Good, quote, violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. Trump went on to say, quote, it's hard to believe he's alive, but is now recovering in the hospital, unquote. Video from the scene shows the ICE agent walking away after shooting with no signs of injury. However, video from the aftermath shows outraged Minneapolis residents, including a doctor, screaming at the agents to let them help RENEE after her crash into a parked vehicle after the shooting.
Can I go check a pulse?
No, back up, now.
I'm a physician.
I don't care. We understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor.
At a vigil in Minneapolis last night, residents decried the shooting of RENEE Nicole Good and the Trump administration's decision to send 2,000 ICE agents to the Twin Cities. The surge in agents began shortly after President Trump called the region's large Somali community garbage and accused state officials of failing to root out fraud in social services programs. This is Mustafa Hassan speaking at the vigil.
It's important, honestly. It's just one, we lost a civilian / a human being. You know, we all live in a small world. It doesn't matter what color or race you are. I'm here, you know, even though we beat Somali and dealing with, we had somebody who also that was in our community who passed away. So what we're here for, here to support the cops. It's difficult now. A lot of people are moving around scared. They don't know if they're going to be actually going to work or to school or wherever the destination they need to get to safely and make it back home without being stopped and going through all that process.
The killing of Renee Nicole Good was at least the 9th time federal immigration agents have fired on people since last September, all in their cars. 5 people have died in mass deportation operations since President Trump ramped up the ICE operations when he retook the White House. For more, we're joined by 2 guests in Minneapolis who were on site shortly after the ICE shooting of Renee Good. Robin Wansley is a Democratic Socialist Minneapolis City Council member, longtime Minneapolis activist. This week, she was elected minority leader, marking the first time Democratic Socialists have had a leadership role on the City Council. We're also joined by Edwin Torres de Santiago, network manager for the Immigrant Defense Network, which monitors ICE activity and responds to community needs after someone is taken. They've received thousands of requests from Minnesotans who want to volunteer as constitutional observers of ICE in Minneapolis. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! City Council member Robin Wansley, let's begin with you. Talk about what happened soon after you got there. You heard about the killing and you came to this area of Minneapolis, and respond to what's taken place, what President Trump wrote, what the mayor and the governor are saying.
Yeah. It's been a very challenging moment for our city, and that was put on full display yesterday after thousands of us received the word and also saw the video footage of Renee Good being shot and killed by federal ICE agents. And I think the biggest takeaway to share with the public is...
Thank you, Sweet Tea, for being here. Hello, Pinkie. I'm in the bushes. Okay, thank you, Sweet Tea. I'm like number 10. Thank you so much for being here. You know, I appreciate every time you come. And hello, everyone. Okay. We're trying to make sense of this because the lies from the orange head man, from Christy. She just lies. I don't know what she lies. She needs to pull that cowboy head off and act like she's professional. She act like she's gone on a hunting spree right now. I can tell, I can imagine what she's hunting. It ain't animals. Okay? And all these lies, I'm fed up with them.
It's fully in alignment with both Mayor Frey and Governor Walz is we must refute the blatant lies that the Trump administration is looking to put forward to cover themselves in enacting what was a blatant murder of a civilian, and a civilian who was simply making sure not only that her child made it to school safely, but made sure that her neighbors who are currently being terrorized and attacked by federal ICE agents could also have that same privilege. And she was shot and killed while caring for the smallest members of our community. And I think for anyone watching this, to know that if this could happen to a 37-year-old mother, this could happen to you in your city. And we can't accept Trump's administration's lies of them going after bad guys. No, they're going after everyone, especially those who are in opposition to the cruelty campaign that they are waging through federal ICE agents all across our city. So I'm absolutely stand in solidarity with our residents, with our elected officials who are calling for the immediate removal of ICE officials from Minneapolis. And not only that, we need the federal agent responsible for Renee's murder to be arrested and for local ownership of the investigation to proceed, because we cannot trust the federal government to investigate themselves when they are the cause of this travesty and harm. So we need to have local ownership over that investigation and prosecution of be it one agent, several agents who were involved in the murder of one of our beautiful civilians, a mother who should not have lost her life, while making sure that her children and those of many of our neighbors made sure that they could make it to school in the morning.
And Edwin Torres de Santiago, you received a text message Wednesday morning and you raced to the scene. Could you describe what you saw when you got there and who you spoke to and what they told you?
For sure. That morning, we were patrolling the western suburbs of the Twin Cities around 8
30 or so. We were just getting done patrolling places like Edina and other places I've been also hit by ICE agents. We were making our way to Bloomington around 9:15 when I got a message from an observer that happens to have been walking on a morning walk between 34th and Portland with the text message just being, someone was shot. We did everything possible to send constitutional observers to that area quickly. Within minutes of sending the alerts, and that's something that the Immigrant Defense Network does. We are a coalition of over 100 organizations across the state of Minnesota. We've been responding to ICE activity every single corner. Just now, earlier this morning, dozens of agents are in St. Cloud. Just yesterday evening, they're in St. James. And they're everywhere, from Red Wing to Duluth to the Twin Cities, and the metro has been hit hardest, but also in places like Mankato and in small towns like Northfield. They're everywhere. So when I and the rest of the team got notified, we send out an alert for people to be safe on 34th and Portland, and if you were a trained Constitution observer, to show up. I arrived closer to 9:40. I saw them wheeled the body into an ambulance. At that point, there was a handful of vehicles. More were coming, federal agents, and more were coming. What ended up happening was 40 plus agents that we counted, over 20 different vehicles of federal agents showed up to the corner of 34th and Portland where this incident took place. They were there supposedly doing an HSI investigation, but what ended up happening is that one of our neighbors got shot and killed that morning. We've been seeing this terror and chaos, so much chaos, that all schools and activities in Minneapolis today and tomorrow have been canceled. This is not normal. We've been seeing people terrorized all over the state and all over the country under the guise of protection. This is not protection. This is a campaign of fear, confusion. Our businesses are impacted. They're closing day by day. My own father doesn't feel comfortable stepping out of our home for months now. 2,000 agents were sent to our communities over the weekend. But let's not forget, we've had over 600 agents for over 6 weeks now. This is one of the largest deployments in any American city, in any American state, by this federal administration. Since December 1st, up until this week, nearly 1,000 people have been taken. And if we believe and trust the numbers reported, over 150 people alone were taken on Monday. It was this increase of enforcements. People are afraid. Now they're even more afraid with one of our neighbors being shot and killed.
And Edwin, could you talk about the communities that are being especially targeted, given Trump's comments, his obvious animus towards the Somali community in particular?
Our Somali neighbors, our brothers and sisters, our undocumented people, our Latino folks, everyone who looks like us, let's be honest, it's who they're targeting. They're questioning Uber drivers for doing their job. They're questioning workers. They're looking for people who may look foreign, who may sound foreign, and are not afraid to literally ask. And we saw a video of an Uber driver just yesterday after the killing of Nicole Good going to Bloomington area and questioning a Somali Uber driver saying, well, you sound different. You sound like you're not from here. And literally said, you sound like you're from Africa. See those videos. That is racial profiling under the guise of protection. That is our communities being terrorized. And our Somali Muslim community members have been hit with so much hateful rhetoric and Islamophobia. Their businesses are being impacted and their communities are being impacted. For 6 weeks straight, we've been sending constitutional observers to over 30 different mosques throughout the entire state of Minnesota so people can just worship in peace. That is not the America, and that is not what Minnesotans believe of peace and protection. This is chaos, this is confusion, and now it is taking the lives of people on the streets, but also we know of people that are being terrorized and many who have died at the hands of federal agents once they're in the detention centers.
I wanted to go to Minneapolis resident Emily Heller, who witnessed the ICE agent shoot Renee Good and told CNN Good did not weaponize her car, as ICE claimed, as Noam claimed.
They seem like children. They seem like untrained people. And so that agent was obviously spooked because he had just killed.
And I think this lady here, I think she's the doctor. I think she's a physician. I'm not sure, but I could have sworn last night when I was watching the news outlet, one of the major news outlets, in my bed, she looks just like that lady that was saying that she was a physician. She's a doctor. Now, if I'm wrong, let me just see. If I'm wrong, I can take that back. But I can apologize and take that back. And I'm not going to sit there and do misinformation like somebody I had to delete this morning and ban from my chat. Let me just start this right here.
And Good did not weaponize her car, as ICE claimed, as Noam claimed.
They seem like children. They seem like untrained people. And so that agent was obviously spooked because he had just killed someone. And it was very obvious to everyone who had witnessed it all that she would not make.
Y'all see him walking fast? Look at him, guys. Wait, let me bring it back. Look at him. Wait.
He had just killed someone. And
look at him. He's walking fast. Allegedly. And in my opinion, allegedly. And everybody put arrows on him already, looking at him, showing this is him. You see how fast he's walking? But didn't somebody say he's in the hospital because he was ran over, terribly injured and everything else? He don't look like he hurt. He's trying to get out of there and pulling that little mask up a little further. But everybody can see that ridiculous haircut that he got. We know, we can tell who he is. Look at that mismatched, terrible haircut. I don't know whoever cut his hair. Maybe that's how they wear it when they racist. Maybe that's how the racists wear their haircuts so they can stand out. Right. They don't know what they're doing. They're chaotic. There's no training involved with these people. Now, you remember when I kept saying that these are no more than the people from January the 6th? Allegedly. And they just given a pow and a vest. They said he turned himself in allegedly. Well, I have to see it because, you know, they lie until I see him mugshot and stuff. I'm not. Got to show me a mugshot. Here it is. I'm not going to stop.
The ICE agent shoot Renee Good and told CNN Good did not weaponize her car, as ICE claimed, as Noam claimed.
they seem like children. They seem like untrained people. And so that agent was obviously spooked because he had just killed someone. And it was very obvious to everyone who had witnessed it all that she would not make it. My life forever changed from having witnessed this. And I just can't let this narrative that it was self-defense go any further because it's absolutely not what it was.
So City Council member Robin Wansley, what about the investigation here? Shockingly, the Homeland Security Secretary, instead of saying, we'll investigate this, she and President Trump completely contradicted the video. I mean, President Trump saying that Robin Good ran over the ICE agent who shot her at almost point blank range. We see him walk away, holstering his gun. He says he was hospitalized and barely survived.
Yeah, again, these are just more blatant lies coming from the Trump administration because what their ultimate aim is to normalize this. They want to set this as the new norm for their operations, be it under Homeland Security, be it through ICE. They want to essentially say that we can circumvent your civil liberties. We can shoot civilians at our own discretion. And guess what? Residents, guess what, U.S. citizens, guess what, general public, you have nothing to say about it. There's no accountability that you can have over us because we are a federal agency. And this is why it's so important that as, you know, the general public, supporters of the movements and organizing that's happening here in Minneapolis, for you all to help us in raising this banner, raising this call to action amongst the Democratic Party, amongst labor unions, amongst any organization that has said that they're committed to human rights, civil rights, social justice, equity, anything other than that nature, to make sure that there is responsibility, that there is a judicial proceeding and one that is not led by the Trump administration, an independent investigation and a full, again, judicial proceeding over the federal agents involved in this. Because again, this happening here in Minneapolis sets a tone for this to play out in many other cities where they can go in and kill civilians without any due process. And that's what we saw. They're rushing, as they did with the federal agent who shot and killed Renee Good in the morning. They immediately removed that agent or the agents involved from the scene and immediately went into public narrative mode. And they're trying to blame the victims, which is what they've been doing with this whole campaign of fear and cruelty. They're blaming regular people. And Edwin framed it so eloquently. These are people who are simply trying to work, people who are trying to make rent, people who are trying to take their kids to school, who participate in our communities. They want others to believe that these are enemies, that these are threats to our collective safety, when the ultimate threat is the Trump administration and their ICE agents that they're sending in to terrorize our communities. And it's up to us to say, no, we will not stand for this. And I am proud of our Minneapolis community that has a demonstrated track record of showing that when one of our neighbors are under attack, when our government institutions aren't protecting our residents in our most vulnerable communities, we will organize on their behalf. We will organize for justice. We will organize for accountability until we see those things be enacted. And we have no shorter expectations in this case in making sure that Renee Good and her family and all the other immigrant communities who have been terrorized and civilians who've been terrorized by ICE agents being in our city until they're held accountable. And if that needs to happen in our own backyard, if it's through the attorney general, if it's through our local state lawmakers, we need to put every proposal on the table to make sure that accountability and justice is delivered for Renee Good, and that ICE agents are sent packing out of our city and out of our state. And also at the local level, we need to be exhausting every tool that we have. One of the things that I'm bringing forward in the coming days, as Edwin highlighted, people are afraid to leave their homes, to go to work, to go to school, to go to their places of worship. But in response to that, we're seeing February 1st approach. Rent is still due for thousands of our residents, and they have no ability to make that rent. And no resident should be forced to choose between keeping a roof over their head or having to leave their homes to try to work and risk being kidnapped and abducted, and if not killed by a federal ICE agent. So my office is going to be bringing forward an eviction moratorium where I hope to earn the support of my fellow colleagues, the mayor, as well as our general public, to make sure that our residents can shelter in place safely and don't have to worry about making rent, having to pay their rent, keeping a roof over their heads and their families' heads. That is the smallest thing of relief that the city can extend to our residents right now who are fearful to leave their homes, and justifiably so, while ICE is here in our communities.
Well, Minneapolis City Council, you've put together a statement calling for ICE to leave the city and the state, as have other local and state officials. Could you explain what kind of authority the city or the state have in determining whether federal agents should be there or not?
I think the authority is the welfare of our residents, the welfare of the people that we've taken an oath to serve and protect. Right now, the welfare of our residents, of the general public, be it here in Minneapolis and all across the state of Minnesota, as Edwin laid out, how this is impacting residents beyond the metro, is very clear. Our communities are being destabilized. They're being terrorized by the presence of ICE here. And they are the imminent threat. They are the domestic terrorists right now in our communities that should be removed immediately. And whatever authority that we can leverage, I don't care if it has to be legally, again, politically, whatever needs to happen. There are elected officials all across the country since Trump took office and decided that he would leverage immigration as his tool of division and as the spear of his campaign for cruelty to distract us from the fact that they are robbing us every chance that they can of our basic needs, of our ability to have a quality of life in this country. Since they've done that, it's important for us to look at the other cities that elected officials have used creative means to make sure that ICE and any of the faces or the extensions of the Trump administration, to make them know that they are not welcome in that city. And we've done some of that. We've said we're passing policies to let you know you can't stage in our public spaces. Maybe we need to ramp up enforcement of that using our own law enforcement to say, if you are here, no, cars will be towed. You will be reminded every chance that we can get that you are not welcome here. You will be denied access to bathrooms and all those things.
You have the mayor saying, get the F out of this city. Do you think we'll be seeing Minneapolis police arresting ICE agents?
I think that is the dream. That is the dream. Even with Governor Walz noting that the National Guard is on potential standby, the deployment of the National Guard or any law enforcement agency in our community, if they are being asked to show up in our streets, they should be asked to show up to protect civilians from ICE agents.
Edwin, we
and
give you
nothing
the
less.
last word. We have 10 seconds.
Right now, all I want to say for any listener and viewers is that we're under so much fear. And I am tired of living in fear in a community that I love, in a country that I love. My families are immigrants. We're not criminals. And we just want to live our lives.
Edwin Torres de Santiago, I want to thank you so much for being with us from the Immigrant Defense Network in Minneapolis. And we want to thank Minneapolis City Council member Robin Wansley.
Oh, that was hard. That was hard to listen to. That was hard. And it's about time. Somebody's not going to just sit up and put up with this ish. Should have stayed out of it. Hi, Eddie, Edward. If you're here illegal, just go home. Okay. Whew. This is a lot. This is a lot. Because a lady, 37 years old, lost her life. Lost her life. She was executed, in my opinion. Whether everybody may call it a different thing, but in my opinion. Okay. Okay, Linda. Thank you. Thank you. If have you ever? Okay, we're getting ready to go on to the next. Okay, we're just gonna go on to the next because you can't. You can't help stupid with all the lies. If you're just gonna believe the lies, go ahead. It's not my job to tell you not to. This is with NewsNation. I'm trying to get up to date and trying to bring everybody up to date with what's happening. I wonder where I wrote that note for. I just happened to see a note that I put over here on November the 20th, 2025. What date? That was a little before Thanksgiving. How did I write that note? And today is my first day seeing it. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, this is with NewsNation. Border Patrol. Well, I'll just let y'all see it. Ain't no sense in me saying anything. I'll just let you see it for yourself, okay? I'll just let you see it for yourself. Pinkie, she should not the first and probably will not be the last. Right, she's not the first. You got to remember, thank God for people that had their phones out. Because if there was no video of this, this would have been spanned so big that every agent out there got ran over by the car that she got out and probably beat them and then got back in her car and ran over them several times and took off and everything. I mean, it would have been so outlandish. You would wonder how a little woman do all this to all these agents with pow pow. They would just lie, more lies on top of lies. And they said the one that she claimed, which we know was a lie, that is in the hospital now. That sucker, that rat ain't in no hospital. For what? Mental hospital? Because he wasn't nothing wrong with him. He never got ran over. Matter of fact, he's the one that killed her. Oh, so he's feeling bad or something? He's in a mental hospital or something? Allegedly, in just my opinion. Because he sure ain't seeking no treatment like somebody said. So that's a lie too. I'm tired of the lie.
Yeah, well, things starting to get a little bit more tense as you're looking live here at Commander Bovino here with Border Patrol. He just came out and joined the line of Border Patrol agents outside of this federal building. Sir, any comment on these protests? Off the road. All right, so Bovino telling us and a lot of these protesters to stay off the road as dozens of Border Patrol agents continue to line this federal building. A lot of these protesters continuing to yell at these agents and tell them to leave Minnesota, leave Minneapolis. They're not happy with the increased federal response here, and they've been telling them all morning to get out. There is a lot of anger, a lot of frustration at the presence here. Also, among all of the chants and the yelling that we've heard a lot of people in the crowd too saying, "Say her name." They've been talking about the woman shot and killed yesterday, 37-year-old Renee Good. We have heard people on megaphones chanting into the crowd saying, "Say her name, say her name."
Say her name.
There's a woman here who's been yelling at the agents saying that you went after a mother. Again, people here very angry, very frustrated, as you can imagine. Tensions are incredibly high. As for the federal reaction to this and the response, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem has defended the actions of that ICE agent yesterday. They have said that the 37-year-old woman killed was trying to run over agents. She called the shooting an act of self-defense. And
so how can you try to run over agents when somebody already said that she ran over agents? Do you see what I'm saying? And is in the hospital. Wasn't doing too good, whatever, allegedly. So how make it make sense? Both can't be true.
These growing calls for ICE agents to leave Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota, Secretary Noem says they're not leaving. Marnie?
Brooke, paint a picture for us. What are the agents protecting? What is this federal building, and why did the protesters choose this spot?
Yeah, this is just a federal building, actually not far from where this shooting happened. But this is mostly a staging area for these agents. A lot of them have been parked here. This is where they started their day. And when this all started, these agents were really just in the parking lot. They were kind of watching it from their cars. Protesters were yelling at these agents. And as this has all unfolded over the last couple of hours, the agents have started to come out of the parking lot and they have lined this federal building. We've got a lot of federal enforcement out here. Zach, can we actually go down? I want to show them too, so you can see the full line of these officers. They have continued to push people back throughout the morning. People were first, a lot closer to the building, closer to the gates, and now they have pushed the media and, the protesters back onto the sidewalk. I will say, Marnie, when this all started around 7 a.m. local time, there were a few hundred protesters out here. Things did get volatile at a couple of moments. We saw several people get arrested. There was some tear gas deployed. We noticed some pepper balls being sprayed as well. Things have calmed down in the last hour or so. You might notice that the crowd has started to disperse a bit. People had come onto megaphones and said that we're going to leave now. We're going to regroup in the parking lot. And so for the most part, things have been fairly calm here right now. We've really just seen these officers standing in a line, holding their line, while protesters continue to hold signs. Some of them have been yelling still back and forth with the officers, but we have not seen any volatile interactions in the last probably hour or so. Marnie?
The mayor was vocal after the shooting yesterday. What are we hearing from state and local officials this morning?
They are continuing to reiterate their message that they want these ICE officials to leave the state of Minnesota. This all ramped up in the last few days when federal officials announced that they would be sending 2,000 federal immigration agents to the state of Minnesota. And these protesters local officials, state leaders, a lot of them have been against this increased immigration enforcement. The mayor of Minneapolis told these officers quite bluntly yesterday, get out. But again, as I said, Secretary Noem saying that's not going to happen, even continuing to say this morning that their operations are still happening in Minnesota.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation.
Ooh, you said that fast. Thank you for watching. Ooh. They need to get out. They're not making Minnesota or Minneapolis safer. They're not. They're causing harm. They're causing the crimes. They're the ones causing all the crimes. It's not safer. Not by one bit. Not one bit. It's never going to be safe as long as they're there. Okay? It will never be safe as long as they're there. Let me, this is a live here. Let me see. Let me see. This is a live. Trying to see. No, I'm not going to go up in that live. See, can I find another one? Ooh. This is maddening. Let me. Okay. Now, also, I want us to see what's happening on TikTok as well, because I always do. I always do the TikTok video in the morning, and I have not done the TikTok video this morning on the subject at all. So, but I do want y'all to see what they're talking about on X. But I am going to do my TikTok soon, okay? This is what they're saying on X. Let me see. We got some new people just came in as well. Let me see. Hi, Pinkie the Housewife, Chat and Mod. Thank you, Simon Morrison. Thank you for coming in. Salmon, I'm sorry. People in New York City protesting. They are? I need to pull up in New York City. Let me pull up. Let me type it in. Okay. I just typed it in so I can pull it up. Whew. They're saying New York City protests. What's happening on the ground? This is in Foley Square, Manhattan, ground zero of New York City protests. Hundreds march in Foley Square the night after the shooting, demanding accountability for the unaliving of RENEE Nicole Good. protests gather directly across from the federal immigration court. Chants include "Justice for Renee," an anti-ICE slogan. Large law enforcement present, but no arrests reported. Morning march, the Central Street, One World Trade Center. Okay. The next morning, protests returned at 9 a.m. to Foley Square and began marching down Central Street toward One World Trade Center, where DHS Secretary Christy, do I really need to hear that woman's name again? Christy Norm was holding a press conference. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to click on it. Okay. Okay, I'm bringing it up now. What did I just click on it? Okay, here it is. Thank you for letting me know about the one that's going on. Let me just get through with this, people. Okay, I got that. Hey, Linda Gamble. Okay. We can't. Oh, that's his name? Jonathan Ross? Okay, allegedly. I have to type in his name and see what pulls up. Okay, let me do that. Okay, I'll type it in and see what pulls up. Until then, let's. It is her fault, along with the media and the Democratic politicians that had told people to do this. That is a lie, Robert. I hate to tell you that. Thank you for coming in, but you just lied right there. Now, I don't know whether you believe that propaganda or believe in those lies. Now, you probably believe in those lies. Okay? Now, that's up to you to believe the lies. But I know that's a lie there. All right? I'm sorry to say that, though. If you can come up with something better than that, then maybe I'll believe you. But sorry, I had to ban you. So, Linda Gamble, I banned Robert because he just came out with a straight out lie. And I didn't feel like dealing with no lies right now. Okay? I just didn't feel like dealing with the lies. Hope all is well. Hitman. Yeah, everything is going well with me. Hitman. Robert is probably a maggot. Yeah, probably a rat. Okay. So, but anyway, regardless of the rat that just came through, I got things to do. Okay. So we got things to talk about, regardless whether he's a maggot or rat or whatever. Okay. But this is on X, guys. Amy said, Renee Cole. I'm just going to call her Renee. I ain't going to go through the whole name. Renee Good or Renee Cole, okay? Was a mother of 3, including a 6-year-old boy who is now in orphanage. Also, that was the one she had just dropped off. Renee was deeply loved by many. Her mother described her as one of the kindest people she ever known. Okay, and we know all that. This is who we lost yesterday by refusing to coordinate with local law enforcement. ICE is not making our community safe. It is making it less safe. And I already said that. They ain't making nothing safe around here. They're causing harm because they're not trained people. These are January 6 people, in my opinion, that just got out. These are criminals. If you ever notice how police act, or a person of authority with a pow pow. They don't go just grabbing people, kidnapping people, throwing people to the ground, and just bombarding their way through. No, there's protocols to everything. There's a way to do things. Okay? And you can tell they ain't got no training. They just as wild as an animal out of the jungle. These people are wild, like animals. So, but anyway, let's see what other people on X says. Now, here's a picture. Y'all see this? I'm going to enlarge this. Do y'all see this? I want to make sure y'all can see this. If you can. Sorry. Okay? This is a view of it. Yep. Y'all hear those 3 pow pows? And this is him standing there. Do it look like he just got ran over and in the hospital fighting for his life or anything? No. Okay. That don't look like the same. That don't look like somebody that had to be rushed to the hospital. That don't look like the same person to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. Okay. That's her right there. They was holding a vigil, candlelight vigil, and marching last night for her. And she only died a few blocks from where she lived. Few blocks from where she lived. Oh, that is sad. Okay. But we're getting ready to listen to, and I hope these ain't no lies, because I swear I don't feel like putting up with no lies. You know, sometimes it's like, do I really want to put up with lies today? I don't. I don't want to put up with no lies. Yes, it does. I see it, Pinkie. Okay. Okay. So we're getting, oh, this is what I want to show y'all before I did that, the video. This is in New York. This is what I want to show you. I know it was something I was supposed to bring up for y'all. Let me see. Can I find it? Oh, yeah, here it is. This is in New York. Somebody had asked, said something. Okay, some report says she was parked in front of her house. I don't know about that. I haven't heard that one. Salmon, I haven't heard that. This is the first time I heard. I'm reading this. I haven't heard that at all. But this is New York here. Somebody mentioned they're doing protests in New York. Let me see who was that mentioned that to me this just a little while ago about the protests in New York. Put put something in the chat. Say it was me or thumbs up or one in the chat so I know who that was. Uh, More ICE protests. Let me bring this over here so I don't have to pull out the glasses. But I'm going to put the glasses on. No, I can see it. I think I can see it. I think I can see. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Mhm. All right. Thank you all for being so. Okay. Okay, Salmon. That was you, Morrison. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This is New York. Thank you. And if y'all know any, I know there's a march in Texas. So and everything. So let me know so I can pull this stuff up, guys. So if y'all got a better view or anything or that incident, whether Nicole was executed, let me know so I can pull it up. All right, thank you. Okay, this is more ICE protests in New York City day after the Minneapolis shooting. And this is by Mark, okay? Mark and Doug and Naomi both got on this one. And this is today. They wrote this. This was updated today, January the 8th, 2026. And this was just recently updated because this says 4:14 p.m. Guess what the time is where I am? 4:40 p.m. 40 p.m. So they just wrote this within the 4 o'clock hour. Okay. It said more, but I want y'all to look at this. Y'all see that down here at the bottom? Can y'all see that good? Yes. That is a lot. People are gathering. And demonstrations gather in Foley Square in Manhattan on the 8th, which is today, to protest a fatal ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now they should be able to protest there because they ain't on. They ain't in front of. I, People try to run them out. People have a right to protest. They trying to make it so you don't. I know what they're trying to do. More ICE protests are underway Thursday in New York City after hundreds marched Wednesday night in Manhattan, Foley Square, over the fatal shooting of Renee Good in Minneapolis by a federal immigration agent. Demonstrators returned to Foley Square across from the federal immigration court in Lower Manhattan at around 9 a.m. They started marching down Central Street toward One World Trade Center, where the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was holding a news conference. Ooh, that woman makes me ill. She makes me ill to listen to her. Chopper 2 was live over the march, which has been peaceful and without reports of any arrests, while there is a large law enforcement presence. Now, see, that's the problem. These protests are always peaceful. What makes them turn chaotic is when they bring in those agents, those no good rats agents, because police don't. We pay our tax dollars for the police to protect and serve us, right? They don't do a damn thing. I'm gonna just put it out there. They don't do a damn thing. They act like they're afraid of those criminals with the vest on and a pow pow on their waist. They act like with the mask over their face. They act like they're afraid of them. And I'm just putting it out there. They don't do a damn thing in protecting us. They'll protect the ICE agents, but they don't do a damn thing about protecting the people that they supposed to serve and protect, that we pay our tax dollars to protect. They don't do nothing about that. And then they'll stand there and let the ICE agent run roughshod over the protesters that haven't done a damn thing. And then they'll sit there and let them shoot tear gas and everything, and then the police get tear gas too. Y'all some sorry suckers. I hate to say it, because y'all don't do a damn thing what you supposed to do. John Doe. I think John Doe just want to get up under my skin because he got an avatar looking like that little Christie woman. But thank you for being here, John Doe. But I think you're trying to get up under my skin because you know I don't feel like looking at that little scum rat Christie, and you got an avatar looking just like her. But you okay, because I see you. Hi, Michelle. Are you saying you're retarded? Is that what you're saying? You're retarded? It's okay to be retarded, but I wouldn't call people retarded. Just because you're retarded, that don't mean people in my chat is retarded. It's okay if you want to be retarded. If you was born retarded, that's okay. I would not talk about you if you're retarded, but it's okay if you want to say you're retarded. Okay, thank you for coming. You pay our tax dollars. We pay our tax dollars to protect. No, you pay your tax dollars to be defraud. Idiots, brainwashed fools. Now, Michelle, let me just talk to you for a moment. You're grown. I don't know whether you're a grown woman or what you are. You could be a man. Okay? Or you could be one of them rats that I see running around. But you came into my life, right? And I'm talking to you like you got some sense. Obviously, you don't have any, but I'm going to pretend like you got some sense, okay? You're hiding behind a keyboard. So that's when you get emboldened. But you can sit in my life, but you're going to respect me in my life, okay? Because if you was doing a live, I would respect you in your life, okay? Even if I don't like you, or even if I don't. Now, if I don't like what you're talking about, there's no way I'm going to go to your live. I'll just let you be, let you keep talking and saying whatever you want, okay? But something about me or my life got you hot and bothered. Girl, you need to go take a hot shower and put on some clean underwear, okay? Now, if you want to sit in here and act like you got some sense, you can. But you're going to respect me, whether you want to or not. Okay? I'm sorry about that, Michelle. I just had to ban you and block you. Okay? I just had to do it. I just didn't feel like. I know you said you was retarded. I didn't say it. You said it. And I didn't feel like going on with you. I just didn't want to look at you no more. So sorry about that. You just blocked her, Linda. I just banned her. Okay. Okay. Now let's get on with the matter at hand. Okay. They had choppers. Chopper 2 was live over the march, which has been peaceful without reports of any arrest while there's a large law enforcement presence. Many in the crowds chanted justice for Renee Nicole Goods to the protest ICE enforcement in New York around the country. Uh, when the orange head man said he could shoot anyone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any votes, he was talking about Renee Good. Yes, he was. In my opinion, he was talking about more than just her. I remember that statement. I remember that statement, and I never forgotten that statement. I never forgotten it. Okay, I don't want to hear no. I ain't thinking about Christine Norms right now. That's the last thing on my mind. Because only thing she's going to do is spew out ridiculous lies, propaganda, and make no sense. She be wiping her ass with her mouth, and I don't want to hear it. Okay? When you're wiping your ass with your mouth, I don't want to hear that mess. Okay? So let me go ahead and get this video out for y'all. Oh, Lord, am I? When people are just wiping their ass with their mouth, they not, sometimes I be saying, you not know what you do. Do you understand what you're doing? Do you understand? Oh, my Lord. These people, I just have to shake my head. I have to just shake my head and say, oh, my God, these people know not what they do. They acting a fool. They acting a fool. Okay. They acting a fool. But sometimes, oh yeah, I did say I want to see what TikTok got to say because we got time right quick. Let me see what TikTok got to say. Okay. 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 Here we go, guys. Now, let me just say this is gruesome. This is gruesome. This if you cannot, I'm going to put a trigger warning up just in case. Okay? Because this is because okay, there we go. All right, wave on first car. Okay, here we go, guys. Y'all see it? Now she's letting somebody go past. Y'all see that? Now watch these clowns get out of this SUV. This is the wave on the first car, letting the first car go down. And you see her window is open. You see her arm laying on the window sill and hanging out the car. Her window is down. And what? I'm not. Y'all see that? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now, this is gruesome, guys. This is gruesome. So please. And this is the agent. This is the one that I think that did the pow. Y'all see him down there in the corner? But an agent blocks a doctor want to go assist the Renee, want to go do treatment, want to help her. This is a doctor, trained doctor. These fools, I'm gonna be quiet. Let's just play it.
Back up now. I'm a physician.
After Renee Nicole Good was injured, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents prevented medical personnel from providing treatment. Witnesses stated that when rescue workers attempted to enter the incident area, agents blocked them behind the perimeter line, citing the scene had not been cleared of security threats and demanding they retreat. Video footage shows Renee still lying unconscious inside the vehicle. Despite multiple attempts by emergency responders to signal for passage by raising their hands, they were not permitted immediate access. After being forced to wait minutes on the perimeter, Renee had suffered severe blood loss and exhibited weak vital signs, missing the critical golden hour for rescue. Her mother later stated in an interview that she couldn't comprehend why rescuers were barred from helping after her daughter had collapsed. The prosecutor's office has now prioritized investigating whether medical treatment was delayed. Authorities emphasize that any actions potentially causing treatment delays will be subject to criminal liability assessment. The truth behind this case continues to unfold piece by piece, and its repercussions are far from over.
And I think the reason medical, in my opinion, and it's allegedly, that they want to make sure she don't make it. They want to make sure this woman don't make it. Because if she don't make it, she can't talk. That's their word against hers. These are grown fools. I'm not going to call them with any training because they don't have no training. What? I have never seen that in my life. This don't make any sense. But if you taking that Kool-Aid, drinking that orange Kool-Aid, anything will make sense to you. Anything will make sense to you.
Se va cayendo. Ahí va. Se murió.
Es un civil, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Get the fuck out of here!
This is ridiculous, guys. Let me just see. Is that her that they carry down will not let them get in there with their vehicle? ICE agents blocked the road and wouldn't let the ambulance come down the street. So first responders was forced to carry Renee Good to the ambulance. ICE also refused to let a doctor on scene help her immediately after she was murdered by one of the ICE agents. Oh, Lord. That is sad. This is sad. Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Do I need to bring that up again so you all can see? Or y'all are not seeing this? Let me show that again.
Se va cayendo. Ahí va. Se murió.
Es un civil, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Get the fuck out of here!
Se va cayendo.
Guys. Also, Linda, I'm keeping up with my analytics as well. I'm looking at my analytics too. My analytics is way more. I'm showing. And guys, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button, whether you like like it or not, hit that like button. Okay? It doesn't cost a thing to hit the like button. Oh, my Lord. I've never seen nothing as vindictive. Oh, my Lord. Now, y'all, this is gruesome. Okay?
Murdered today was a lesbian. Renee Good was a lesbian. And the reason that this matters is because, number one, her wife was in the car with her when it happened. Number two, shortly after, her wife gave a distraught interview to a reporter in which she mentioned, we have a 6-year-old who's in school right now. Like, I have to go pick our 6-year-old up from school.
Now, I'm not going to listen to that because I don't know whether that's true, because I've not once heard anything about I heard about she dropped a 6-year-old off at school. But as for anything else, whether she was a lesbian or somebody else was in the car, I have never heard that yet. Until I hear that, until I can make sure that is accurate, that is all alleged. That is allegedly. So I'm not going to keep playing that. Okay?
Who was killed. We're going to play the new video, which is giving us a clearer picture of what happened in the moments leading up to the fatal encounter. A warning, it is disturbing. Now, as the vehicle passes, you can see the dark-colored SUV driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back. The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle, then converging on it. And then you see right there the SUV begins to move, and that's when the shots are fired. Now, prior to this, the video shows the SUV had been stationary and sideways across the road like that for about 3 minutes. The reason for that is unclear. Trump administration officials said Good was trying to run over one of the officers who shot her, they say, in self-defense. But state and local officials dispute that, and many of the eyewitnesses who spoke to CNN say it looked like she was trying to get away.
Yeah, so the man who shot her had been on the driver's side previously, and the man pulling on the door was obviously on the driver's side. She turned her wheel, she backed up and turned her wheels away from them to drive down the road. Like, she was perpendicular, backed up, and drove like that.
Who was killed. We're going to play the new video, which is giving us a clearer picture of what happened.
Okay. Now, Linda, you said I have never heard about a wife, girlfriend, allegedly. I have not either. So I don't know whether that is somebody just making up something or what. But until I hear it myself, I'm not gonna finish playing that. So that is allegedly, because not once have anybody said there was a child in the car or a person in the car or a woman in the car or nobody in the car. And why would you put out that she was a lesbian? We don't know that. That's another, I considered, until I know for sure, that's a lie to me, until I know for sure. I'm not putting that out there, and I'm not claiming that. That is allegedly. That could be somebody just like Christy Gnomes feeding lies to the public. That could be somebody just like the orange head men feeding lies. So I'm not saying that. I'm not going to put that out there. No.
Okay, before we even talk about politics, before we even talk about Trump, even before we talk about ICE, here is Renee Good. Renee Good was 37 years old, a U.S. citizen, a legal observer. She wasn't a suspect. She wasn't armed. She wasn't being arrested. She was sitting in her car in South Minneapolis when federal agents surrounded her vehicle, started pulling on her door, and in that moment, she tried to leave. She never made it. She was shot in the head by an ICE agent. And that should matter before anyone spins anything. Because almost immediately, a story was pushed. Donald Trump went on Truth Social and claimed that Renee Good viciously ran over an ICE officer. Not almost, not nearly, not the officer feared it, but ran him over. But you see the problem? The video Trump attached to his own post, it doesn't show that. No officer gets hit, no officer gets run over, no ramming, no impact. The video shows agents surrounding the car, Renee reversing, pulling forward, and then gunfire. So now we're in a situation where the president's words and the video evidence don't match. And when that happens, somebody's lying. And look, if someone actually got run over, trust me, that would be on loop. Slow-mo, different angles, front page. But instead, we just get a claim with no proof attached to a video that clearly contradicts it. So I guess they think that we're just supposed to ignore that. And it wasn't just the public saying that this didn't add up. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey reviewed the footage and called the self-defense claim, and I quote, bullshit. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said the federal narrative was propaganda. Meanwhile, DHS labeled this domestic terrorism, even though, again, the video doesn't show what they're claiming. And this all happened during a massive federal surge, over 2,000 agents flooding Minneapolis. Now, when you put that many armed officers into neighborhoods, mistakes stop being isolated and they start to become predictable. Renee doesn't get to log on and defend herself. She doesn't get to clarify. She doesn't get to tell her side. And when powerful people lie about the dead, they're not defending officers. They're protecting narratives. So ask yourself this. If the video doesn't show it, if witnesses don't support it, if city and state leaders reject it, who is that story actually for? And how many more names do we have to say before people stop believing the lie over the footage? Okay, before we even talk about politics.
Okay, now he is correct. I agree with what he said. I really do. And when he said that nobody was hurt, I'm paraphrasing. Remember, the ambulance, the paramedics wasn't allowed to drive down because agent had them blocked off, had the streets blocked off. That they had to walk down there and carried her back and carrying her to the ambulance. Okay. So if an ICE agent was ran over and just done dirty like that, wouldn't you know they would have paramedics down there? The ambulance would be right there to treat him. But instead, nobody was ran over. So you know that's propaganda. You know those are lies. Christina, lie. Orange head man, lie. Agent, lying. DH, whatever, lied too. Everybody is lying. Y'all need to stop drinking that orange juice. That orange Kool-Aid. Orange juice costs a little more. So we're going to say that orange Kool-Aid because y'all ain't shit. Now, I'm not calling the president not shit. But he orange head. He just not with it right now. I don't like him, but he's just not with it. The rest of y'all ain't shit. Okay? They ain't shit. This woman lost her life. Lost her life. There's 3 beautiful children that has no mother now. 3 beautiful kids have no mother. She was not a criminal. She was not a criminal. She wasn't planning on running over anybody. She didn't intend to run over anybody. She did not run over anybody. She just backed up so she can get out of there like anybody else would do. And instead they swam in her car trying to open her door so they can drag her out and do all whatever they're going to do. And she is a U.S. citizen. And then they claim if you're a U.S. citizen, you have nothing to worry about. Too many U.S. citizens been locked up, been handcuffed and taken to these facilities, ICE facilities. So don't give me that. Y'all do the same thing that y'all are doing to the immigrants, the same ones that voted for y'all. Y'all doing the same thing to Americans that didn't vote for you. And well, some Americans did because they just uninformed. They got what they asked for. Now they crying. But for the ones that doing good, didn't vote for your ass, we didn't ask for this. I'm quite sure Renee didn't ask for this. Y'all just lying. Stop the lying. Lies to lies. And I agree with Mayor when he said, get the fuck out of here. Okay? Guys, sorry about this. Sorry. My condolences goes out to her family and her friends.
I need a change in my life because I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?